Hello, everybody. It has been a while. I know. Trust me, I know. But we're finally back and jumping in. Some Would You Like to Run an Idle Cafe 3? Alright. We met up with Ku and Mayuki outside the station. They're already there, waiting for us. Miyuki looks us up and down, arms folded, brow furrowed. So, you finally are here. It took you long enough. Sorry about that. Did we keep you waiting? Not particularly. Miyuki's being melodramatic. Excuse me? Miyuki pouts. I am not being melodramatic. Thank you very much. Ichigo said we were to meet outside the station at 11 sharp. I have been keeping a close eye on the time and it is now 11:05. That is late, no matter how you cut it. It's only 5 minutes. And these minutes all add up. You might not care about timekeeping, Ku, but I do. And it never hurts to be punctual. Where's this job interview? Those 5 minutes might be the difference between acceptance and outright rejection. You have a point, I guess. I knew it. But this isn't a job interview. Surely you can let us off the hook. I thought we were all friends here. I am not disputing our friendship. But isn't the further reason to be careful about such matter? Friends should respect one another's time. Why are you so late? I don't know if we're so late. It's only 5 minutes and the train doesn't even get here until 10:30. We're still early technically. But we had a hiccup before leaving. Ichigo couldn't find her cell phone. I'm always losing my things. I'm like so clumsy. This is totally on me, Mayuyu. I'm so sorry. I hope you forgive me. Well, Miyuki blushes a little perturbed. So I think by Ichigo's effusive apology. I guess it's fine. Don't do it again. You're the leader of Sweet Shoreline, so you need to get us good. You need to set a good example. You're quite right. I'll try to do better in the future. Thanks for understanding me, Yu. Now, let's go and buy our tickets. Ku gives Ichigo a thumbs up, then trails after her in the station. Miyuki, meanwhile, hands behind her fingers, curled at her front. Is it just my imagination, or does she look anxious? She hasn't said as much, but I bet she's anxious about an upcoming trip to Tokyo. Now that I look at her more closely, her skin looks paler than norm, and there are dark bags beneath her eyes. She wasn't kidding when she said she'd be struggling to sleep. She looks almost like a zombie. Since it's Miyuki we're talking about, she makes for quite the pretty zombie, but she wouldn't look at all out of place on the set of a horror movie. Not if she was splashed with enough fake blood. Hey, Miyuki. I sidle up to her, then offer her a small smile. I understand if you're feeling on edge, but try not to worry too much. We're all here for you. If you ever have any doubts, you can talk to me. I don't know how reassuring that is. It's not like I'm performing myself after all, but the offer's always available. Are you sure about that? Miyuki bites her lower lip. I wouldn't be bothering you, would I? No, you won't. You never could. But I worry all the time about so many things. Even I know my concerns are not always logical, but I can't always help it. If I confided in you Every time I felt unsure about myself, he would soon be overwhelmed. Often I feel overwhelmed simply existing inside my own head. I don't want to subject you to that. You wouldn't be subjecting me to anything I'm offering. I want to help you, Miyuki, because you're precious to me. You never need to feel anxious about talking to me. I'll never judge you. Naoya, Miyuki blinks at me. Her dark lashes spiky. For a moment, it looks like she's pondering something, but the moment soon passes. Her lips curl up in the corners. She's smiling. Thank you, Naoya. I really do appreciate it. That's where I should have left it off last time. The train bound for Tokyo eventually arrives and the four of us board it. We take our seats and glance out the window of the train pulls from the station. I can see the coast in the distance, and the azure blur waves as they lap against the shore. The train continues on its way, building up speed, and soon it plunges us deep into the countryside. The shore fades away to be replaced with rolling fields, interspaced with scattered towns. I live out in the sticks, and it takes a little while to get to anything remotely resembling a city. It'll be about 4 or 5 hours until we arrive in Tokyo. Until then, we have plenty of time to enjoy our journey. Time passes, which the four of us fill by playing card games. Ku, as it transpires, is incredibly good at Old Maid. Almost eerily so. She always knows what cards to pick from our hands. It's almost like she has powers from precognition. But that, of course, is ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, geez, I've, had enough of this. Ichigo eventually surrenders after the 6th game, during which Ku, of course, wins. I know. It took me an hour to fucking set up. My whole OBS had to update. It's not fun playing with somebody who's always wins. And besides, I'm starting to get hungry. How about the rest of you? I don't know. Miyuki toys awkwardly with a lock of dark hair. My stomach's all tied up in knots. I don't feel particularly hungry. Oh no, that doesn't sound good. You don't get travel sick, do you? Not really. I'm just nervous. I don't think I can stomach food right now. That's what you said this morning. Ku frowns. You should eat something. You didn't have any breakfast. You'll make yourself ill. Ku's right. It's not good to travel on an empty tummy. We need, all the strength we can get when we arrive in Tokyo. God damn it, it's a totally different game. That is Sekiro Succubus. Cutting, god damn it. Let's all chow down. You too, Miyu. Ichigo pulls a neatly wrapped lunchbox from her bag, and Ku follows suit. Ooh, they're sharing their food with me. They both pop the lids off their lunchboxes in unison to reveal the food stashed away within. The contents of Ichigo's lunchbox looks great. As is to be expected, it's packed full of white rice, sweet rolled egg omelets, and wieners cut into the shape of octopi. Oh, that's cute. It's perfectly balanced and very nutritious. Which element is cooked to perfection? Ichigo mightn't be the best at tidying up after herself, but she's an incredible cook. Now for the first time, I found myself thinking she'd make a great wife. Ku's lunchbox is similarly impressive. It's not as visible as appealing as Ichigo's, but it's clear a lot of time and effort went into making it. Like Ichigo's, Ku's lunchbox is full of hearty amounts of white rice, but her sides are different. Ku's made what looks like small, bite-sized hamburger steaks, and there's some blanched cabbage on the side. I'm pretty impressed. Did you make that yourself, Ku? Ku nods. Wow, I didn't know you were so good at cooking. I am capable, I suppose. I do not have any passion for cooking, though. I cook because it's a necessity. Oh, yeah? I lean in, intrigued. Do you help out around the house a lot? Ku nods again. I have 3 younger brothers. My parents have their hands full looking after them, so I often have to step in. I'm used to making meals for them. They're very picky, and they hate eating vegetables. I can't serve them any green peppers or broccoli. So I cut it up finely and put the vegetables inside the hamburger steaks. They are none the wiser. Oh, that's super smart. Maybe I should give that a try myself someday. Not that I need to sneak veggies into our food, I mainly cook for Naoya, and he's not that fussy. I would hope not. I'm not a child. How old are your brothers anyway, Ku? The oldest is 13. The youngest is 7. Ah, I see. Looking after them sounds kind of rough. It can be, but I love my family. Ku smiles gently, then pinches one of her healthy veggie-packed hamburger steaks between her chopsticks. She holds it aloft and then offers it to me. Do you want to try a bite? Is that alright? Ku nods. I made a bit too much. You can have the extras. Oh, you gotta try my egg roll omelets too. Now it's Ichigo's turn to thrust some of her food in my face. I made them just the way you like them. They're extra soft and springy. It should make a nice palate cleanser after Ku's steak. That's very kind of you, but I excrete my own. I excreted. I'll get it out. Hold on. I extricated my own lunchbox from my bag, then unclasped the lid. It's almost identical to Ichigo's down to an arrange of the octopus wieners and the number of rolled egg omelets, which I guess is inevitable. My lunchbox was made by Ichigo this morning, before we headed out. I don't need to eat your egg roll omelets. I have plenty of my own. Oh yeah? Silly me. I forgot I packed a lunchbox for you too. You don't have any hamburger steaks in your lunchbox, though. You should try it. I want you to hear your opinion. I'd love to, but what about Miyuki? Didn't you bring a lunchbox? No. Miyuki demurs. Her face flushed. I didn't really have the time this morning, and, well, I'm not very good at cooking. If I tried, I would only make a mess. It's a bit surprising that an airhead like Ku could be so good at cooking, while a serious honor student like Miyuki suffers, but now that I think about it, this isn't news. I've heard stories about Miyuki's defiancies in the kitchen before. I guess not even Miyuki can be good at everything. Does that mean you don't have anything for lunch? Miyuki shakes her head. Didn't you stop by a convenience store on your way to the station? No, I wasn't really thinking. I wasn't hungry. Like I said. Now, that's no good. You have to eat something. Why don't you try this? I pick up one of the Ichigo's octopus wieners between my chopsticks and offer it to Miyuki. Ichigo made plenty of food. I can share some of it. If you don't mind. I look to Ichigo, who beams. Of course not. I can't, let Miyuki suffer. We're all friends here. You can have some of my lunch too, Miyuyu. Though it won't be all that exciting. It's the exact same as Naoya's. You can have my hamburger steak too, and some seaweed. It's very good. I promise. You guys. Miyuki glances between us, blinking. The pink flush has yet to dissipate from her cheeks, and her eyes look oddly dewy. Are you sure this is all right? Of course. I would do anything for you, Miyuki. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I really deserve your kindness, but thank you so much. I was feeling too nervous to eat, but your food looks so good. I should be able to overcome it. I am not so boorish that I would let your kind offer go to waste. Alrighty then, let's dig in. Ichigo grins, her white teeth flashing. Thanks for the food. Hey, Naoya, may I ask you something? Hmm. I glance at Mayuki. She's sitting beside me, her hands folded in her lap. It's been about an hour since we finished eating. Ku and Ichigo have stashed their lunchboxes away, and now they're listening to something on Ku's phone. One earbud is lodged in Ichigo's ear, while Ku has the other. Ku's expression is impassive as always, but Ichigo is bobbing, her head up and down. I don't know what they're listening to, but Ichigo seems pretty into it. I just hope the song, whatever it is more riveting than the ambient goat noises Ku suggested to me when she let me share her headphones all those months prior. What sort of music is Ku actually into, anyway? I'm not sure. That, like many other aspects of Ku's character, is a mystery. Given her penchant for black, I can see her being into visual kei stuff, or maybe even heavy metal. Thank you. Would Ichigo be bobbing along to that kind of music, though? Ichigo is very single-minded in her tastes. She loves pop and idol stuff, with Shirori's tracks being her all-time favorite. It's something interesting to ponder. I was just thinking, Mayuki's still talking. It'd be rude to stare at Ichigo and Ku while she's trying to have a discussion. I'll have to put the burning question of Ku's manifold musical taste on the back burner for now. I've never actually been to Tokyo before. Oh, really? That's kind of surprising. Not even once? Miyuki shakes her head. I've never really had the chance. Haven't your parents ever taken you there? Miyuki shakes her head again. My parents go on business trips to Tokyo frequently, but I've never been invited. It would be awkward for them. I think if their daughter was in attendance whilst they were conducting important meetings, I would not want to get in their way. I don't know what Miyuki's parents do exactly, but I've seen their house, and it's pretty big. I think our folks must be reasonably well off. Do your parents go on their business trips a lot? They're often busy. They don't talk about work very much, but it sounds stressful. We've gone on a few holidays as a family over the years, though these are rare, but my parents have never once taken me to Tokyo. I think it reminds them too much of their jobs. I guess that makes sense. If Miyuki's parents are consistently commuting to the big city, I understand they want to give it a wide berth when they're supposed to be relaxing. Where do you usually go on holiday, then? Atami? To enjoy the hot springs? We've taken a couple of trips abroad, too, to Venice and Paris. Damn, now that's impressive. I've never left Japan myself. Not in all my years. My parents don't have the money to afford extravagant trips like that. Miyuki's family must really be loaded. Tokyo remains a mystery to me, though. I've heard it is far bigger than these European cities, with a lot of tall buildings. It sounds rather overwhelming. I don't know about that. I've never been to these European cities, so I can't compare. But Tokyo, from what I recall, is pretty massive. Yeah, it's easy to get lost. I thought as much. I'm a bit worried about that. But you have been to Tokyo before, have you not? With Ichigo's family, yeah. It's been a few years since our last visit, but it left an impression. Then everything should be fine. Can I rely on you to show us around? I mightn't be the best fit for that. I'm not the best at directions myself. I have vivid memories of getting lost in Shinjuku Station for over an hour, desperately searching the platform in an attempt to find the right one. But that's what my phone's for. I fish my phone out of my pocket, then open the map app for Miyuki's appraisal. This should help us find our way. It's a godsend. Technology is incredible. I'll take your word for it. Miyuki's brow furrows doubtfully. I'm not very good with technology myself. I find it all very baffling. I even have problems using my own phone. Who has to help me top it up? She's also the one who helped me pick out my own laptop. Not that I know how to use it. I'm a little afraid of it, actually. That's fine. We'll all have our strengths. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. Is it really? Miyuki looks doubtful. We're living in the 21st century now. Everybody's connected. Even the little children know how to use complex technology. It all goes over my head, though. I just can't come to terms with it. It's embarrassing. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it eventually, with enough trial and error. But until then, you don't need to fret. I can get us wherever we need to go. I promise I won't let you get lost. Thank you. This is quite the relief. Miyuki exhales. She looks consoled, but not entirely comforted. Sometimes I am in awe of my own incompetence. I am no longer a little girl, but I cannot cook or use my phone. I'm hopeless. Miyuki's starting to sound pretty down on herself. Is there any way I can cheer her up? Tell Miyuki she's good at a lot of things. Tell Miyuki you look out for her. I'm gonna say she's good at a lot of things. You're being too harsh on yourself, as always. I nudge Miyuki in the side with my elbow. I know it's easier said than done, but try lightening it up. There's a lot of things you're good at, too, you know. You're a hard worker, you're clever, and you're incredibly loyal. These are all wonderful traits. You should be proud of what you can achieve, rather than eliminating whatever you can't. Well, you can't. I suppose so. Miyuki glances up at me from beneath a sweep of black eyelashes, then smiles gently. Thank you, Naoya. You always know exactly what to say to console me. I feel a lot better now. I'm glad to hear it. And remember, no worries too small. You can talk to me about anything. Many people say such things. In most circumstances, I find these words empty. Nothing more than mere lip service. But when you say it, I think you truly mean it. That's because I do. Goodness me, what an earnest man you are. I was feeling nervous, but now... Miyuki looks out the window. The scenery speeds by us in a blur, all swaying green fields of wheat and rice. The prospect of our journey has ignited a certain fervor in me. I am very much looking forward to seeing Tokyo. I've always wanted to go, ever since I was young. I hope it lives up to my expectations. There's much I want to do there. Miyuki glances back at me, and I think it will prove most enjoyable if I can experience it with you. She needs to chill. I'm not a single man. An hour later. She's sweeping. Miyuki leans against my shoulder, her eyes shut, her dark inky lashes are matted together, casting shadows upon her cheeks, and her chest rises and falls evenly. There's a small smile upon her lips, which speak of complete and utter contentment. She doesn't shift, not even as the train whirls and judders around us. She's dead to the world. I wonder when Miyuki woke up this morning. I wouldn't be surprised if she only slept a scant handful of hours. She must have exhausted herself, what with all her worrying. I'm glad she can relax now, if only for a little while. We should be arriving in Tokyo in an hour or so, but until then, I'm content to let her sleep. She looks very cute and completely defenseless, just like a kitten. Sweet dreams, Miyuki. And please, don't worry about anything. I'll look after you. Oh my. Ichigo, who was busy playing another card game with Ku, lifts her head. She glances between the slumbering Miyuki and I, an impish smile playing about her pretty face. What's going on between the two of you? You're looking very cozy together. Is Miyuki alright? She hasn't been cursed by a witch, has she? Not that I'm aware, no. Then she doesn't need a handsome prince to kiss her and arouse her from her slumber. I don't know if I'd like to. I don't know if like to try that. It sounds like a quick way to get a quick way to be hit with a sexual harassment charge. Poor Prince Charming. Kusai's. He would have his work cut out for him if he was alive today. Next, you say it's normal to grope women on the subway. That is immoral, Ku. I look at Ku's askins. Wouldn't you feel uncomfortable if someone random man groped you? That would depend on my mood. My horoscope is blood type, and whether or not Mercury is retrograde. For all I know, a chance groping could be the beginning of something beautiful. Jesus Christ. Or it could potentially be traumatizing. For him, maybe, if I put him in an arm lock. You can do that? Ku flexes her muscles. I'm stronger than I look. Right. Remind me to never try anything funny with Ku. Now, why are we having this conversation again? I glance back at Miyuki, afraid I might have woken her with my rambling, but she's still fast asleep. I breathe a small sigh of relief, then look back at the two other members of Sweet Shoreline. Let's try and keep it down, alright? Miyuki's been putting herself under a lot of stress. I'd feel bad to disturb her. Yes, I understand. I don't want to disturb Miyuki either. She needs to rest more. She pushes her up too hard. Oh, goddamn right she will. She's a bad bitch. I concur. If I'm being completely honest, I'm a little jealous, but I'll let it slide. I think Miyu needs your shoulders even more than I do, Naoya. I think so too. Let's try and keep things quiet. I glance at Miyuki, who's still at home against my shoulder, her eyes shut. It's rare to see her very vulnerable, and I think with a small smile, so incredibly adorable. Our train eventually arrives in Tokyo around 17, after a few delays along the line. By this point, Miyuki has already awoken from her slumber. Her face turned bright red once she came to, her cheeks resting against my shoulder, and she pulled away from me as though burned. Since then, she's been doing her best not to look at me, or even speak to me. It made the latter half of our train journey kind of awkward, but I'm used to Miyuki's mood. I can endure it. Once at our destination, we retrieve our luggage, then alight at the station. The hotel we'll be staying at is a few stops away. On another line, fortunately, my phone's smart enough to know exactly which train we should get, which makes navigating a non-issue. We make our transfer smoothly enough and travel for another half an hour on yet another train. This leg of the journey concluded, when we then disembark and begin to search for our hotel. This takes us longer than I'd like, as my map app seems a bit confused and outdated, but I'm eventually able to get us there. We turn right, and the hotel looms before us, all 10 stories of it with frosted glass windows. The hotel looks incredibly fancy, so much so I have no doubt when I first clap eyes on it whether it really is our hotel. I had no idea we're staying somewhere so extravagant. I can't see any other hotels on the street. However, and my phone is adamant this is the right place. The name of this hotel, picked out in gold lettering, no less above the glass doors, does not match the name Ichigo gave me earlier. I eventually overcome my awe and follow Ichigo inside, Kun Miyuki at my heels. Ichigo handles the check-in process at the counter. She talks to a mature, neatly made-up woman who flashes her crimson smile and hands over a keycard. I guess this is our hotel after all. Who would have figured? Ichigo thanks the woman at the reception desk, pockets the keycard, then leads us to our room. By the time the whole process is over, it's already dark outside, but that doesn't take away from how gorgeous our lodgings are. The four of us step inside our new room and... Oh my gosh, this is amazing! Ichigo looks around her room, her eyes agog. Her reactions are often on the extravagant side, but I can understand her enthusiasm. This hotel room really is incredible. It's huge, almost palatial, with a plush carpet and a widescreen TV mounted on the wall. This room is located on the 5th floor of the towering hotel. It offers, through the glass windows, a bird's eye view of the Tokyo streets. Tall buildings loom around us, jutting up into the sky. I feel like I've stepped onto the set of a plush Hollywood movie. This hotel room is so fancy, it even has a wine cooler, and the wrapped chocolates left like offerings on the bed are from a very expensive brand. All this place is missing is a fluffy tiger skin rug and an actual chandelier. Then it would feel like something from a movie. This place sure is incredible. I rub the back of my neck with one hand, overwhelmed. I'm sure it's incredibly expensive, too. Are you sure we don't have to foot the bill, Ichigo? Nope. Ichigo beams. The hotel fees have been paid off for us. It's like part of parcels of us agreeing to be in the Rising Stars Cup. Really? Really now? I glance out the window at the Tokyo skyline that towers about us. We'll have to thank the organizers of this competition, whoever they are. They're really going all out. I figured they'd stick us in some economy hotel somewhere. Toot toot. Ichigo clicks her tongue. Shuri is the main judge of the Rising Star Cup. This whole thing is arranged by her agency, Silver Snow Pro. Silver Snow has a stellar reputation in the idol industry. They're number one, all thanks to Shirori's success. They'd never cheap out, especially not when it comes to the Rising Stars Cup. This competition has been going for like a whole decade. There are a bunch of prestige attached to it. I see. I guess that makes sense. So, they're willing to treat us like royalty? It sure looks like it. That's good to know. It's a huge relief that the bills for the hotel stay, which must looking about... Let me start over. It's a huge relief that the bills for this hotel stay, which must, looking about this room, be astronomical, will be paid off for us. I was seriously starting to worry. I'm a bit curious, though. Did you know we were going to be put up in a hotel this fancy? I figured it'd be nice enough, yeah. But I didn't look up any photos of the hotel before setting off. I thought I'd, ruin the surprise. This is a shock to me, too. It's even better than I thought. We're so lucky. I called dibs on a bed by the window. Hey, Ichigo, wait. We still need to, Miyuki begins, but Ichigo pays her no mind. No heed. Ichigo barrels across the floor, her soul sinking into the plush carpet, then catapults herself at the bed. She lands on it with a soft thud, her golden twin tails bouncing and begins to giggle. It's so soft. This feels great. You should test the bed out, too. Come on, Miyu. Stop frowning like that. We can unpack later. You too, Ku. I want all of you to join me in a fluffy heaven, from where there is no escape. Mwahaha. Fluffy heaven? Ku ponders, one hand beneath her chin. I wonder if this is any different from regular heaven. I'll have to test this for myself. Sure, come right ahead. Don't be shy. Ku sits down on her own bed, beside Ichigo's. She shifts up and down the mattress, sinking beneath her weight. Then smiles. Amazing. The mattress seems to mold to my body. Could it be enchanted? Don't be silly. It'll just be memory foam. It's nothing that incredible. Maybe not to a wealthy young lady such as yourself. My family aren't that well off, but this is very new to me. I have never been in such a fine establishment before. I never had the chance. My family is not wealthy, and I have several younger siblings. My parents could never afford such luxury. Neither could mine. We Suzukis aren't like the most affluent. Hee hee. This feels like a dream. Same here. Miyuki glances away, arms crossed, her cheeks tinged pink. Now I feel like I am the odd one out. Hotel rooms such as this are not unknown to me. I have stayed in such places before overseas with my parents. I am somewhat accustomed to this sort of thing, so cannot share in your enthusiasm. But if you are happy, I suppose I am also happy. I do not want to pour cold water on your excitement. It's fine. You wouldn't be Miyuki if you weren't serious. What Ku said. I didn't really expect you to lose your head and start shrieking, Miyu. That's like, so not you. It's definitely not you. You really should try your bed out, though. They're out of this world. I feel like I have been catapulted into the stratosphere. Ku lies back on her bed and sighs. I can only hope my internal rest will be half this comfortable. Say, Naoya. Ku blinks at me, only one eye visible. How much do you think it would cost to pad a coffin with memory foam? Why would I know that? I'm not a coffin expert, or a memory foam expert. These are both very crumulent points. My apologies. Crumulent? What does that mean? Is it even a real word? Sometimes Ku really does baffle me. You really should join us, though, Miyuki. You've been stressed since you awoke this morning. Lying down should help. Thank you, Ku. Miyuki replies after a small pause. Have you been worrying about me all this time? Ku nods. Isn't that what friends are for? I suppose. I don't mean to make you fret, but I am happy of its regardless. I'm glad that we are friends. No, best friends. Best friends, always. Always indeed. And so it is. With a gentle smile, Miyuki crosses the hotel room. She sits down upon the third and final bed next to Ku's. She sighs as she leans against the plush pillow, her stocking-clad legs stretched out in front of her. You're right. This does feel good. See? What did I tell you? Ichigo grins proudly, as though she had some role to play in the softness of these beds. It's great. It really is. I can feel my stress melting away. Miyuki yawns. I'm starting to feel sleepy. I'm not surprised. We've had quite a hectic day. You should rest, Miyuki. It might make you feel better. But we still need to unpack. I can manage that. You don't need to oversee everything. You are very responsible, yes. But even I can manage menial chores. Sometimes I wonder about that. Why? I'm much better at cooking than you are, for start. Oof. Miyuki winces. For a supposed best friend, you sure know how to hit me where it hurts. It is precisely because I'm your best friend that I know all your weak points. You have no shortage of them. Alright, rub it in. Miyuki humps, but she doesn't look too angry. She's more peaceful than I've seen her since she had that brief nap on the train. Her eyes closed, dark hair pooling about her on the pillow like ink. Miyuki, Ku, and Ichigo look very relaxed. I'd like to lie down too. My legs are killing me. But there's one problem. So, where am I going to sleep exactly? You can always sleep with me. The bed's big enough. Climb aboard, Naoya. Ichigo pats the expanse of bed to her right with one hand. The offer is tempting, I'll admit it. But I'm not sure if that's be appropriate. Why not? We're childhood friends, aren't we? We are, yeah. But I can't exactly sleep in the same room as you and Miyuki and Ku. It might make them uncomfortable. I don't mind. I figured as much. Ku's response isn't at all unexpected, but neither is Miyuki's. Naoya is quite right. He cannot sleep with us. It would be inappropriate. As an upstanding member of society who was once the school council president, I cannot abide by such shameless lesions. It flies into the face of common decency. And there you have it. So what should I do? Silver Snow Pro didn't book only the one room, did they? No, they didn't. I made sure to mention you too in my email. You've got a room of your own. Ichigo sighs. Though I'd rather you stay here. We're supposed to be a team. Shouldn't we stick together? Within reason, yes, but I cannot have Naoya sleeping with us at night. It is against the law. What law? The laws of decency. I don't know if that's a real law or whether it's something you've made up in your head. It's definitely made up. Says you, with all your nonsense about the spirits. Teehee. But fine, you have a point. Ishiko pulls herself upright, walks over to me. After digging around in the pocket of her hoodie, she hands me a nondescript card key. Here you go, Naoya. This is the key for your room. It's the one floor below. 404. Room 404? Ku muses, one hand beneath her chin. That does not bode well. Everybody knows 4 is an unlucky number. Mayhap a grisly murder occurred in said room 100 years prior. Even to this day, the moaning of the victim can be heard at night, disturbing all those who are trying to slumber within its tainted walls. Oof, 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 oof. That's a good story, but it seems unlikely. I doubt a hotel this slick is over 100 years old. 10 years ago, then? So it's pretty modern, Ghost? I smile. Thanks for your concern, Ku, but I'm sure I'll be fine, even if there are ghosts in my room, which I doubt. I'd sooner take my chances with them than I would angering Miyuki. Hey, I'm not that scary, am I? You can be. Miyuki scolds, her lower lip trembling in a manner that makes her look incredibly cute. I like to pat her on her head, but that might trigger her primal instincts. I don't want her to be chewed out by Miyuki. Propositioned by Ichigo, or sized up by Ku, so I think I'll take my leave. I'm just as tired as the others after our journey, and I want to rest. I'll be on my way then. Night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Sleep well. Do not let the ghost bother you, or else. Ku smiles menacingly. You may find yourself in quite the uncomfortable situation. Oof, 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 oof. Alright, that should be everything. I unpack the last of my things, then look around my room. It's smaller than Ichigo's, Ku's, and Miyuki's room, but it's no less luxurious. The carpet is plush, and the bed looks soft. It's a nice enough room, better than nice, actually, but I do feel a little lonely. It's very quiet without the members of Sweet Shoreline, almost eerily so. I guess I've gotten used to spending time with them during the months we've known one another. Oh well, as a grown man, I can deal with it. I'll be seeing my friends tomorrow in any event at breakfast. We made plans to meet up early, so we can head to the open air stage where the Rising Stars Cup will be held. There we'll be given our itineraries, which will break down all we have to do to prepare for the upcoming competition. I doubt Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki will have much in their way of free time this upcoming week, but we should have a few opportunities to sightsee. I'm looking forward to it. Before that, however, I really need to get some rest. I yawn, pressing one hand to my mouth. I can feel tears beating in my eyes. I'm even sleepier than I thought. The long train journey, compiled with our meandering through Tokyo, searching for our hotel, has really taken it out of me. I'm tempted to change into my pajamas to go to sleep right away, but first, I'd like to have a bath. I feel distinctly sweaty after all the traveling. I think this hotel has an open-air bath. Since I'm here, I'd like to waste no time to check it out, so I might as well. I can't wait. This is the life. I sigh, contented, as I recline in the open-air bath. The bath was obviously molded after a hot spring. Though this bath is man-made, the water is comfortably warm. The bath is circular with damp rocks. Steam rises from the rippling surface of the water. It exudes into the air in thin white tendrils, obscuring the stars which twinkle in the sky above. It's not that late at night, but I'm the only person here. Naturally, I went into the men's bath. It is divided from the women's bath by a tall wooden fence. I wonder if there's anybody on the other side. Maybe Ichigo? Ku? Miyuki? Now for the first time, my mind turns to them. I can't help but wonder what they're doing. If not for them, I never would have come to Tokyo. I wouldn't have be luxury in this warm bath. They're giving me all sorts of new opportunity. We've experienced a lot together. I'd very much like that to continue. It's as I'm pondering this, getting all sappy and sentimental, that I hear the sound of distant footsteps. It sounds like somebody's coming. I guess my time alone was way too good to be true. I glance over the door, my attention momentarily piqued. Naoya? Wait, no, that's him. Wait. Huh? But the sight I met with makes me do a double take. No, a triple take. I'm sure this is the men's section of the baths. I've checked the sign twice over before I entered, just to make sure. I didn't want to involve myself in any kind of lewd shenanigans. Really, I didn't. This is the men's bath. Of this fact, I'm certain. There's no two ways about it. But why, then? Is there a woman standing over there, clutching a bucket of toiletries to her chest? She must have entered the men's bath by mistake. I guess it's a good thing I'm only the person here. But what can I say to her? If she spots me, I'm the one who will take the blame for this. She'll think I'm a pervert for sure. But I don't have the luxury of time right now. She's getting closer to the edge of the baths. At this rate, there's no way she won't notice me. In fact, I'm surprised she hasn't already. I need to say something, and quick. Hey, miss, I think you made a mistake. Oh? The woman blinks, then glances at me. I didn't get a good look at her when she first stepped in. I was trying not to stare. But now she's so close to the edge of the baths, I realize that I recognize her. She's no stranger. She looks different than she usually does, without her ostentatious black frills. But she is, without a doubt, Hasaki? Yokoyama? Naoya? There's just no way. What in the world are you doing here? So, what was that all about? Hasaki and I have since gotten out of the baths. Now that Hasaki ever got in them, I suppose, and now she's dressed in her usual attire, all frilly and flauncy, with a full skirt. Her attire is decidedly princess-like, befitting almost of royalty. Thou really are a fool, boy. But her manners leave a lot to be desired. I was doubting my eyes back in the baths, but now I'm seeing her up close, without all the steam. It's unarguable. This one really is Hasaki. She's one half of the popular pop duo Honey Devil, and she's made no shortage of problems for Sweet Shoreline since their debut. She, alongside her partner Rina, pulled out all the stops to attempt to sabotage us. She even tried to flirt with me on several occasions, as though that would make me turn my back on my friends. I'm still a little sore about that, actually. How shallow does she think I am? I'm glad I had to bump into everybody. I'm glad if I had to bump into anybody in the open-air baths, it was Hasaki rather than Rina, though. Hasaki's a bit of a weirdo. She talks like she's the main character in some dramatic fantasy yarn, but she's nowhere near as conniving as Rina, probably because Hasaki isn't as smart as her partner in crime. She's got to be a few sandwiches short of a picnic after wandering into the men's bath like that. I doubt Rina would ever make such a mistake. If she went into the men's bath, it would undoubtedly be on purpose. In Hasaki's case, however, I think it was a genuine, honest, and to goodness mistake. The embarrassed blush which spread across her face when her eyes met, not to mention the squeal she let out, proves it. She's trying to act calm now, but I can tell she's rattled. Why are you calling me an idiot? You're the one who barged into the men's baths. Yes, that was something of an error upon my part. I doth confess. The root cause of all this misfortune must be those enchanted eyes of mine. The Dark Lord hath bestowed upon me great powers, but at a cost. Sometimes the enchantments bequeath upon me wands, particularly when I am about to bathe or to sleep. During such moments of weakness, even a dark being like myself can make mistakes. Oh, I see. Hasaki is talking in a very roundabout way, as per usual, but I think I can untangle the real world meaning behind her words. I'm guessing she's wearing contact lenses and she must have taken them out to bathe. Owing to that, she wandered into the wrong bath by mistakes. Jeez. I sigh. For I suppose Dark One, blessed by the Demon Lord, Hasaki is awful ditzy. I wonder how I feel about that. It's kind of endearing, I'll say. I guess it's kind of endearing. At least it would be where there wasn't so much bad blood between us. Well, putting that to one side for now. Yes, let's do that. Do not dwell over long upon this Dark One's body. Thou art too lowly to be blessed with such a sight. If thou dost not erase it from your mind this instant, I shall have to do so myself, through force. I shall not show thee any mercy. The power of darkness are mine to command. Wait, she said this twice. This enchantment eye of mine, I shall wipe all your memories from thy mind. Then I shall leave these as helpless as newborn babe. Coo. Yeah, sure, whatever. Saki's evil laugh is incredibly loud. I hope she isn't disturbing any of the other guests. Does she really think she sounds cool going on about all this edgy Dark Lord nonsense? I'm surprised Rena puts up with her. We've cleared up one mystery at least, but I have a few other questions. Thou dost? Saki raises an eyebrow. Dost thou dare questioning me? Lowly worn thou art? Yeah, I do actually. What are you doing here anyway? I believe I have already explained that. If thou were paying attention. The ability of the dark eye infused into mine enchanted eyes often lessen at critical moments, such as, no, I got that. Indeed. I nod. We moved on from, why are you in the bath? I now wanted to know why you're in this hotel, period. Oh, dost not know? Hasaki smirks. Then allow me to enlighten thee. This Dark One has been invited to this establishment, alongside my valued partner. You were? Entirely. Hasaki's smiles grow wider. Still, until I can see her sharp incisors, they seem to flash, vampire-like in the dim light of the hallway. Our talents have been recognized by those in position of great power, and we have thus been given a chance to display our abilities in this foolish masses. Rena and I shall dance upon a bright, glittering stage before hundreds of thousands of eyes. Hasaki throws one arm aloft theatrically, while the other remains pressed to her chest. With our impeccable skills, we shall bring all those who see and hear us in our thrall. Honey Devil shall sweep the nation, know the world, through our music with the ignorant masses seek salvation until their souls are inexcredibly bounced with ours. We shall make slaves of our fans, no chattel. Chattel? I frowned. That's not a nice way of referring to your fans. I shall refer to mine fans however I doth desire. Soon all shall be bound to them. They'll be bound to us. And Honey Devil wilt be unstoppable. The black curtain of night will fall, and then the reveal shall begin. Koo-ah! And again with a laugh. I really wish she'd cut that out of her repertoire. It's so grating. So you're saying you and Rena have selected to take part in the Rising Star Cup? Yes, indeed. We shall talk stage in a flurry, like the fluttering of crows' tar-black wings, and in one fell swoop we shall steal the hearts from all those in attendance. None will be able to best us. We have toiled too long for this opportunity. The power of the Dark Lord is stirring within me. As his vessel, I cannot disappoint him. All right, good luck with that. Sweet Shoreline, we're also selected to take part in the cup. I look forward to seeing you on stage. What? Hasaki takes a step back, her eyes wide. Could this Dark One's ears be deceiving her? Was then Ragtag Group truly invited to this most prestigious of competitions? Yep, we have all the paperwork to prove it, too. Goodness me, I doubts not think you would even make this far, lowly vermin that thou art. Thou hast experienced mild success, it is true, but still, though, thou cannot hope to compete with the abilities possessed by this Dark One. I suppose I can admire this pluck, but that is as far as it goes. Never shall your little girls be able to compete with I. As matters stand, they are not even worthy of licking mine boots. It is not possible for you to best Honey Devil. Do not even try it. Any attempt shall only end in despair. Kuhaha. Yeah, this conversation is getting about as well as I expected. So much for having a relaxing bath. I've got a headache now. Thanks to Hasaki's uproarious peals and laughter, and I've a bad feeling about this competition. How will things go now that Honey Devil are involved? I almost dread to think. Oh, God. Oh, Hasaki. That's where you are. I was wondering where you had wandered off to. I'm distracted from my thoughts by a familiar voice, coupled with surprise, a familiar face. When I look up, I'm greeted with the general smile of Rina, the second member of Honey Devil, and Hasaki's friend/handler. I'm glad to see that you are unmolested. But goodness me. Rina looks to me, then starts her eyes wide. I did not expect to find you here, Mr. Yakayama. This is quite the coincidence. Whatever you are doing here. I open my mouth to reply, but Hasaki cuts me off. This lowly creature. So I'm a creature now. Does Hasaki not even regard me as a human? Says that Sweet Shoreline hath been invited to partake in this Rising Star Cup, just like us. They mean to challenge us, Rina. Canst decredit it. There is no chance they will emerge victorious, regardless of how they struggle, though. I very much like to watch them squirm. It may prove to be entertaining. Quah. Yes, yes. Rina ruffles the top of Hasaki's head, none too gently, which puts an end to her diabolical laughter. While I agree with you, dear Hasaki, you must keep your voice down. We are in a hotel, not a playground. It would not do to disturb the guests. I'm glad Rina shares my sentiments on this matter, at least. She's a pretty scary woman, but she has no shortage of common sense. Now then, I am pleased once more to make your acquaintance, Mr. Yakayama. We are most honored to take part in this Rising Cup, but the contest will all the more exciting if we can compete with the Sweet Shoreline. Please, send my regards to Miss Suzuki, Miss Shinomi, and Miss Yamashiro. I trust that they have been put up in a hotel as we have. That's right. And I also trust you will be present at tomorrow's first rehearsal. We wouldn't miss it for the world. Excellent. What a stroke of good news. Rina claps her hands together. I am fired up now. Let us both do our best. I pray for a clean competition, which means, Rina's eyes harden. There should be no funny businesses. Do not make any moves upon my adorable Hasaki again. Huh? I stare at Rina blankly. What are you talking about? Were you not alone with my Hasaki in this darkened hallway by the entrance to the baths? What conclusion am I supposed to draw from that? There are no conclusions to be drawn. I wasn't making moves on her. So, you did not mean to lure her into the baths in order to take advantage of her? No, of course not. Rina surveys my face, her arms linked between her back. She looks me up and down, smiles thinly, then says, Very well, then. I shall believe you, for now. But please, keep away from my adorable Hasaki. She is awfully gullible, for all her big talk. I would not want you leading her astray. Only I am allowed to take advantage of her. If you try anything funny, I will make you pay. That is a promise. Hoo hoo hoo. Right. A shiver runs down my spine. Rina's laughter isn't nearly as piercing as Saki's, but it's more disturbing for it. Something about Rina's always makes my blood run cold. She acts cool and in control at all times. It's like nothing can faze her. Does she even have any weaknesses? She'll be a formidable opponent, all right. Now, I wish we could talk longer, but we both have busy days ahead of us. It would be prudent to go to sleep early. I shall bid you adieu for now. Mr. Yakayama, and good luck. When his eyes flash, you shall need it. Oh, funny business is my foot. I muttered this to myself later that night while lying beneath my sheets. It's pretty late, as the night skies will attest. It's pitch black and studded with stars. I'm weary after my long journey. I know I should get some shut-eye for the day ahead, but I cannot fall asleep, no matter how hard I try. I keep thinking back to my encounters with Asaki and Rina earlier. I had no idea that they'd been invited to the competition, too. It's throwing me off. They said they wanted a fair fight, but that's doubtful. I trust the pair of them as far as I can throw them, which, given their hefty endearments, won't be all that far. They've been getting in Sweet Shoreline's way since day one. They showed up to all Sweet Shoreline's rehearsals when they first started out, and attempt to discredit and discourage them. Now that they're here, staying in the same hotel we are, I'm sure they'll cause us no end of trouble. Jeez. I groaned. This is the last thing we need. We're under enough pressure as it is. I hope those harpies don't cause too much mischief. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be in real danger. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are where we're going to call it. Oh, wait. But that is where we're going to call it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I appreciate the ones that will stop by and check this out later. I know my streams are very inconsistent, but I'm back. I'm back now. So, we'll be back again tomorrow for episode 3 of Would You Like to Run IO Cafe? 3. But, nope, I haven't streamed this since October. But it's down to that point where I must bid everybody watching an adieu, goodbye, and good night.